Okay, in this video I'm just going to demonstrate how to calibrate the device briefly. Before you do any calibration on the sensor, the thing you want to do is have two known thicknesses, or in this case we're just going to do a 1-point calibration. Either or. It's really simple, but I wanted to demonstrate it because a couple people asked. This is just a spruce mandolin plate, but I've got a lot of these around, by the way. I like carbon plates for some reason. I just make a dot here and make a dot down here at the bottom. 2 points, and I measured these dots with my dial calipers. 0.160, 0.108, and I just wrote on there what they are. And you can use this in the future to calibrate the device if you ever have to do it again, which is probably a smart idea. Before you take any measurements on a known or on an assembled mandolin, I would calibrate this thing every time. So we know the thicknesses at each one of those dots, okay? So this is logger light right now that you see on my computer. No sensors found because we don't have it plugged in yet. So this is where we have our USB device, the GoLink USB device. This is from the sensor itself, plugged into that, and then we'll plug in the USB. There it is. So it's going to recognize that. Okay, there it is. First thing you want to do is go up here on the top left. Let me move it just slightly. File, edit, experiment. So you want to go to experiment, go down to calibrate, GoLink magnetic field, and you'll see right here it says calibrate now. So it's waiting for our manual input. Right now it's set for 2-point calibration, reading 1, reading 2. And I was going to do a 1-point calibration, but let's just do a 2-point calibration. If I wanted to do a 2-point or a 1-point calibration, I would just click that, and it would only require 1 reading, which is probably just as accurate. But let's just do a 2-point calibration. In fact, I think the 1-point calibration is if you have some issues with voltage readings, depending on the material that you're measuring. What I understand is that some things don't calibrate well with 2 points, so it's better just to use 1. So we're not going to worry about that right now. So let's just do a 2-point calibration. This should be fine. So you hit calibrate now, and as you can see here, it's waiting for my manual input. I like to do the the lower value first because it's on the left. So let's just do, we're going to go from minimum to the maximum thickness, at least for the calibration purposes. So let's move the probe right over that dot. You can see where that dot is right here. We're going to move the probe over that dot just like so. Try to keep it as vertical as possible. It's really important that you do keep this vertical for the calibration because you want that ball underneath to be right under it. So if you're off slightly like this, that ball's probably going to move just enough to make your calibration off. So just kind of get that right over that dot as well as you can. And we're going to go ahead and enter 0.108 because we already know that that thickness right there is 0.108. So enter 0.108 and then click on keep, or you could hit enter. It's waiting for value number 2. Number 2, I'm going to go to the thicker. It's up here at the top. As you can see right there, that little dot right there, it says 0.160. So let's put the probe right over 0.160. Okay. And this is the reason why I like this smaller probe, because it holds itself well right against that plate. Right there, that ball underneath. Okay. So it's waiting for my input on calibration number 2, which is 0.160. We'll hit enter. And it took it. Now the thing you want to do here is click done. Make sure you click done, because it acts like it didn't take anything. You know, the reading down here still shows some strange reading of 843. Oh, a little gnat there. I guess he wants to learn about this also. So let's click done. Now, take a look at the reading. Down here at the bottom left, it says 0.158, 159. Okay? So, the probe is still on our last calibration point, which is 0.160. So it's probably just moved just enough But I want to show you how accurate this is. And for those who think that you have to keep this thing perfectly vertical, this will demonstrate it just slightly. That ball is moving around just enough to make your readings off just slightly. But if you're going to measure an assembled mandolin in this fashion so that you're moving around this badly, you probably shouldn't be measuring mandolins. You know, when you're going to measure an assembled instrument, you want to keep that vertical, and you want to take your time and just hold that there the best you can. That's 0.162. If I move it a little bit over, 166, 165, we'll go back here, 168, see we're getting a little thicker, 173, 177, and it will jump up and down when you move it because that ball has to make its way there, but as you can see, it's working quite well. Let's just go down here, down the spine, and you can see you want it to just kind of pause for a second, and you can actually move the program just slightly like this, maybe look for that average reading. Let's go down to the minimum area here. You can see where I'm at in the minimum area. So we'll go back to where it was 108, make sure it's still accurate. Yep, we're at 108, 107. So anyway, that's all there is to the calibration. And you can save that calibration. And you can save it to the sensor, to the computer, or to even a separate file that you open. I'm not sure how to do those just yet, but I would calibrate it each and every time you're ready to take some serious measurements, because you do want to be as accurate as possible. So I think this is as far as I'm going to take this device. I really don't need to do any more experimentation on it. This cost me $100 or thereabouts. You got to add in shipping costs, but it's a great little device. I wish I had a couple years ago, because I've got a couple mandolins where the back plates are entirely too thin. I hope they hold up. I guess I'll find out if the customer ever brings them back. But anyway, if you have any questions, give me a call. No, don't give me a call, because I don't give my phone number out. But anyway, send me an email. Thanks.